going? It's so good to see you. Happy Monday. We are literally like summertime, people. Summertime. If it's 90 degrees in Minnesota, you know we have hit summertime. Just telling you, we just live for 90 degrees. Happy, happy. How was your weekend? You guys, I had such a good weekend. Such a good weekend. Did like walk down memory lane at a wedding and did a little shopping. Just as a little side note. So when I travel, like I've got 4 trips this summer, you guys. So when I travel, I don't do my whole setup. I don't bring it with me, but I will go live in the Facebook group this summer. Okay. So get into the Facebook group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Get in there and we are doing 90 days summer fire. Summer fire. Light a fire under your health, burn fat, like fire, fire, fire. Plus we have our challenge starting this week, you guys, a 5-day reset challenge. Insulin resistant reset challenge. You guys, it's our 25th one. 25. I absolutely love. These are 2 things that I love. And then today we're going to get into our topic, which is going to be, do you think you're eating clean this summer? You have no idea how many of you say to me, well, you probably do. I eat clean. I eat healthy. Okay. Well, we're going to like challenge you on just a little bit of summer stuff today, just a little tiny bit. Are you eating clean this summer? 10 foods that are secretly spiking your blood sugars. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Because I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about summertime. I think we're happy, we're jovial, the sun is shining. We've got picnic after parade, after family reunion, after wedding, we're just like happy. Every weekend starts to get packed and packed and packed. But everything we do tends to circle around food. And if you don't know, so if you've never seen my content before, I actually, was raised in an Italian family. My dad was type 2 diabetic and he died at 63. That didn't go so well. And we had just obesity and type 2 all over my Italian family, like all over. And so I just kind of assumed, it's genetic, que sera. So I was really super lame and I did nothing. Even though I was gestational diabetic at 22, even though I had frozen shoulder at 50, I'm not going to do anything. Not really interested. So I didn't supplement. I didn't trade out my foods. I didn't do anything. Come on in, you guys on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining. And if you would, if you know somebody who's insulin resistant or they've just got the belly going on, maybe you're concerned, maybe it's you, share out the content. Double tap on the screen, and subscribe and do the things because we can get more information into the hands of more people. But I was raised this way, so that food just was everything. So for whatever reason, we get into summer like this and we're like, oh, God, it felt like we were moving more. It felt like we were running around more. It felt like we were actually getting some exercise in and doing, and yet we either didn't move the needle at all in terms of our health or our weight, or we gained weight. And we're like, how does this happen? Well, it's because we're just literally celebrating for about 90 days. Thus the 90 days summer of fire. Summer of fire. Today's day 2. You have time. Good morning, Jody. You got the belly. I know, Jody. It's just the number 1 red flag sign of insulin resistance, isn't it? And or high cortisol too. So cortisol and insulin belly, right, going on. And it's just a very frustrating cycle. But the truth is that once you understand the science of the cycle, you can make science-backed choices on what you're eating and what you're supplementing with to turn back your body. You can turn it back. I promise you can. Good morning, Magda. Good to see you, darling. Good to see you. So let's dive into things today. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We have our 25th challenge starting. What do you think of that? That's pretty exciting. And you guys, I was going to tell you the 2 things that I love. Number 1, how many of you are giving yourselves permission for a journey? It might be your first challenge today, but it could be your 16th, your 18th. I mean, it could be you've really allowed yourself a journey. Every month, you just kind of chunk it out a little bit at a time, and you don't require yourself to have results overnight. And then otherwise you're going to quit. Otherwise, that's it. I've tried this before, not doing it again. That's just self-sabotage. And that doesn't serve you. You have to be in this for the long haul. You're turning a ship around. Okay. This doesn't get fixed overnight, but it can be fixed. That's what you have to focus on. So that's what I love. And then the other thing that I really love right now is I'm watching you guys cash in. And what I mean by that is we do have the customer campaign promo. I'll tell you about it here in just a sec. But the thing is that nobody else is going to pay you to get healthy. There is no other program out there that I know of. You might know of one. You can tell me about it. But we can't use our HSAs for supplementation and things that are healthy. Insurance isn't going to cover it. If you want to go to a naturopath, you're going to pay out of pocket. Come on, we know these things, right? Like we're not confused anymore, right? The only thing that they're going to cover are PHARMA meds, or appointments for the medical providers, right? So when we feel like we haven't been heard, nobody's listening to us, we can tell something's not right in our body, we can't lose a pound to save our life, we're super frustrated, and we finally figure it out. We hear something like maybe what you would hear on my content. There are other really good people, obviously, as well, because I glean from all of them. So I'm just telling you. But when you finally figure out and you wake up to the fact that insulin is a hormone and that when your insulin is high, you're not going to burn fat. And when your liver is tired, you're not going to burn fat because it's your fat metabolizing organ. And all of a sudden, all of your hormones go upside down. So maybe as a perimenopausal woman, you're like, what is happening all at once? Because not only do you feel maybe anxious or you don't feel like your old self anymore, but at the same time, your belly's growing and you're like, this just can't be happening to me all at once. I can't do all of this. But when you make that connection that if you can get your insulin down, your liver function up, so you want to go down on your insulin, up on your liver function. When you check this out, when you realize this, and you decide that's it, I am going to properly supplement my body. I'm going to properly eat the foods that I need. Those are the two things that I teach. And I'm going to make a difference in my world. Nobody is going to come in and pay for your groceries. That would be ridiculous, right? That's not going to happen. And nobody's going to come in and pay for your supplementation. It's going to be all on you. You're going to have to make that decision that you're going to maybe have to set aside something else so that you can take care of your own body, right? However, the best news, and this is what I'm watching, this is the second thing that I'm loving, I am watching you guys cash in. So what they have is if you're a registered customer, and you got to be registered, when you purchase $150 3 months in a row, on that third month, you get $75 off, like cha-ching. And I'm watching you guys do it. I can see where your orders are falling. I can see you guys are telling me how fun it is when you're placing that third order. And so I'm excited for you. I can see them coming in already in June because this is rinse and repeat, you guys. So if you've ever wanted to go on a journey, if you ever wanted to give yourself permission, now is the time because you can do this every 3 months. 150, 150, cha-ching, 150, 150, cha-ching. 150, 150, and you can follow yourself for an entire year, 2 years, and you can find yourself in a completely different place. And I'm telling you, you will wake up and you'll go, I learned how to fish. I learned how to sustain this for the rest of my life. No longer I'm not on that program anymore. No. Get in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. That's my goal, is to teach you how to fish so that forever you have this understanding. It's life-changing. This isn't just a prepackaged $1,200 a month program. This is not, shoddy shots that if you stop doing that, it goes away. No. You're literally going to walk your body. You're going to walk your body towards insulin sensitivity. And I guarantee you, you can become more metabolically flexible. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, like my body, I don't look at a donut anymore and gain 20 pounds. And it's because you started to bring down your insulin and you started to actually heal at a cellular level. Golly, you guys. It's so exciting. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to tackle the summertime thought process just a tiny bit, because this is where the sneaky culprits mess you up all summer long, and they're so easy to fix. They're so easy. Don't you want somebody to finally tell you something's easy? Don't you want to hear that? Well, that's what we're going to do today. And then today at 3 p.m., later on, Central Standard Time, in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, we're going to actually start the 5-day challenge. It's our 25th one. Get in there. We're going to talk about my background. We're going to talk about insulin resistance so you can understand it better. Tomorrow, we're going to do ingredient trade-outs. Wednesday, I do a pantry and a refrigerator reveal. Thursday, we do targeted supplementation at a deeper level of understanding. And then Friday, we do a recipe. And then you can nail the month of June, like bam, 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 bam. And then we'll do it again in July. And you'll take 1 or 2 nuggets. You don't have to be overwhelmed. You don't have to be all or nothing. You're going to journey. And I'm going to journey with you. So what we do. And then in July, you're going to go bam, 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 bam. And come Christmas, you're going to be like, okay, I think I have a few tools in my pocket. This doesn't have to be so devastating. That's a good goal. It is life-changing. Hi, Meg. Good to see you. Terry says, it is life-changing, Terry. I just so appreciate you. It is. When you can all of a sudden realize you can let all the noise go, all the noise of all of the marketing. Oh my gosh, you guys, it has so messed us up. This is a keto food. You just have to go, shut up, shut up. You're just lying to me. Count points. Well, if it's not counting points for an insulin resistant person, that hasn't helped you. If it's a prepackaged program and we're trying to eat real food over here, that's not helping you. You don't need another vice. You need to understand basic, simple instructions for your body. And then just like that, you're like, oh, what else can I trade in my pantry? I get to still eat all the food that I love. I get to still be a foodie. Like, hello, welcome to my world. All right, so let's jump in. Woo-hoo! I really do love this because summertime has always been probably the season that I lie to myself the most. I don't know if anybody can relate to that at all, but because we are maybe walking more, we are, at the very least, we're just getting out more. I'm in Minnesota, so this is more common maybe for northern people. I don't know. It's all I've known my whole life, so I don't know. But I tend to go to places and it's kind of like, oh, well, you're just going to respect the person who's making all the food. Anybody else out there? You just want to respect the fact that they made all of this food, or they brought all this food to the family picnic, or they, whatever it was. So let's go. Number 1. So grilled meats that have store-bought barbecue sauces or marinades. This is number 1. So the grilled meat obviously isn't the problem. However, barbecue sauce or marinades. This is the deal. So barbecue sauces, you guys, you just listen to this. It can have 12 to 18 grams of sugar per 2 tablespoons. Now, how do we view food, you guys? We view food high protein, like look at your goal weight and turn that into grams of protein for a day, good protein. I had for breakfast this morning, I think it was 46 grams of protein this morning for breakfast. So I really work on front loading my day heavy because I want very stable blood sugar. And I want to feel very full and satiated so that I just I just keep on working and talking to people, and I'm answering questions in my DMs of you guys, and I'm reading your texts, and I'm doing all my things. All of a sudden I look up and it's hours later and I haven't eaten, which means I haven't called on insulin again. Okay. So 12 to 18 grams of sugar per 2 tablespoons. Well, if you're looking to try to only have 20 to 30 full carbs a day or less, you guys, that barbecue sauce alone is just going to mess you up. So glazes and marinades like teriyaki, honey garlic, sweet chili, they actually spike sugar really fast in your body. Okay. Number 2, yogurt parfaits or healthy yogurt cups. Okay. So sweetened yogurt, granola, fruit syrup, etc. Like those are, I know we want to be able to be on the run all the time, especially in the summer. Like we want to be able to go, 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 or we're on road trips and we're grabbing things from the gas stations and whatever. Um, I'm not foreign to this at all. I have 2 airplane trips this summer and 2 road trips this summer. So I understand navigating all of it. Or you're in an airport and you grab a yogurt, whatever. They can be like 25 grams of sugar. That's a lot, you guys. That is a lot. It's so much better. Grab an oikos if you have to grab something, or a Too Good, or they might not be the perfect ingredients, but they are way, 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 way better. Okay. Number 3, coleslaw or potato salad. Super common, but this is especially the deli ones, you guys. Oh my gosh, you can make your own. You can make your own, and it's super simple. But most dressings include sugar or high fructose corn syrup. Like you do not know what is in a lot of, especially the deli or the Costco or the Sam's Club, potato salads and coleslaws, right? Make your own with avocado mayonnaise and apple cider vinegar, no sugar needed, or you can use a sweetener. Okay. And it's super easy to make your own mayonnaise, really easy. Like literally just Google homemade mayo. And it's like egg yolks and a little bit of apple cider vinegar and maybe some Dijon mustard. And if you're more of a Miracle Whip person, throw some sweetener in there. Like it can be really basic and easy, and it's not that hard. Use a little bit of an immersion blender, whips it up super fast. Oh, and oil, of course. And you want the oil to be like let's say a light avocado oil or a very light olive oil. You don't want that flavor to be strong. But you might buy something that says avocado mayonnaise and the first ingredient is a seed oil. Like trash that stuff, you guys. This is so easy. This is what I want people to understand. This is not arduous and so hard. It's not so hard. It's really not. It's just shifting a tiny bit of a habit. Or taking time on a Sunday night what if you just prepped a little meal for the week? Just prep a little meal. Make your own little tuna salad, chicken salad, etc. Okay. Number 4. This one, and you know what? We were just at a wedding, and so Melissa, good to see you. Very, very good to see you. And so you're going to go a lot of places. They're going to offer you drinks, right? I mean, that's just normal. So sodas and whatever. Like we went to a wedding. It's super cool. I didn't have any, but they did a lot of syrups with like boba. I don't know what those are, those tapioca balls or whatever. I don't know anything about it, to be really honest, but it was literally all sugar, of course, right? I mean, that's normal, but you can make different decisions. So oftentimes you're going to have like a lot of bottled iced teas, lemonades, flavored waters. Check the ingredients of what you're drinking. I love, like, if I'm going to do something, I'll pour like a, what is that? Carbonated, is it a club soda on water? Like if I go out somewhere and everybody's choosing to have something at a restaurant, choose a club soda with a squeeze of a lime or a lemon or something like that. Gives you all the carbonated bubbles, etc. But anyway, peach tea or lemon water sounds healthy, but usually contains added sugars or syrups. So anything labeled refreshing or light, read the label. Number 5, watermelon or fruit trays with sweetened dips. All right, so flavored dips are often total just sugar bombs. That's what they are. It's a cream cheese sugar bomb. They're good. My daughter makes a sugar-free one that's amazing. She just uses sweetener, but they are so good. And even too much fruit can spike your insulin. So focus on berries. Berries, berries, berries. When you see that whole huge fruit tray that's available for you, like just choose the berries, okay? And then you might have to forego the dip if somebody doesn't have a sugar-free dip. But oftentimes we overeat watermelon in the summertime. It's super high glycemic, you guys. Watermelon is not your friend when you're insulin resistant. Remember, God didn't make bad foods. He didn't. God made everything for our enjoyment. We are just a little bit in a pickle and we have to turn back what we've been doing to our bodies. So you spike your sugars and spike your sugars and spike your sugars and spike your sugars years and decades, making your pancreas release insulin, decades to go get the sugar and bring it into your cell, because it's a cellular conversation. Say it with me. This is not a fiber conversation. This is a cellular conversation. Really bugs me that all we want is a Band-Aid. but then you spin and you circle down the drain and you're so frustrated. You're like, well, I don't know. I've tried 15 different programs and I've tried blah, blah, and I'm just done trying. But instead I'll just take all of my prescription medications and feel like trash and tell myself that I don't, have what it takes to figure out a few food ingredient trade outs. Don't do that. Don't do that. These are very simple things. This is not that hard, but you do have to make some changes when it comes to how you're doing things, right? So watermelon is actually really high glycemic. And so we have to just kind of switch that up. Okay, smoothies and acai bowls. And I do know those sound good. Oh, I do know. I understand. But they are juice bases, agave, syrup. Agave, I know people want to say that that's okay for you. Agave is so sugar spiking. It's terrible. Again, they lied to you. Honey, high sugar toppings like granola, banana chips. No. Better choice would be do it yourself with almond milk, a few berries, unsweetened protein powder or something like that. This is what I like to do. So I actually have a grass-fed whey protein powder. You can always reach out and ask me and I'll get you a direct link. Chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla, like 5 ingredients, sweetened with stevia. Amazing. But you can take an you can take a good grass-fed whey protein powder and take frozen organic berries out of your freezer. Okay. So use a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, put in a scoop into your blender of your protein powder. So let's pretend you're doing strawberry. You really want some good strawberry going. Let's say you put strawberry in there and then you take some frozen strawberries and you just add it to the blender and you zhuzh it up. You instantly have like basically an ice cream is kind of what you've just made yourself, like it'll get thick and it's amazing and it's fast. You don't even have to think about that, right? But you can do that for your fruit instead of all of those bowls that are just filled, or smoothies out and about. They're just filled with sugar and it's really, really high in sugar. Popsicles or frozen yogurt, number 7. So even the ones that are labeled natural or real fruit, they are often packing 20 to 30 grams of sugar per serving. That's so high. This is a really good idea. Take blended berries and coconut milk and freeze into molds. That's actually a really, really good idea. I need to do that for my grandsons. Frozen berries and then coconut milk. You can get coconut milk out of a can if you want to be super thick and amazing. Now that's going to be high in fat, but still going to taste really good. You can add sweetener. You can add vanilla extract. You can make it really super yummy. Or you could use coconut milk, unsweetened coconut milk, out of a carton in your refrigerator, something like that. But if you want that coconut flavor to be nice and strong, get it out of a can. And that would be so yummy. Just think about that. Coconut milk out of a can, frozen, let's just say raspberries. Oh, that would be really, really good. And you can just freeze it into whatever, ice cube trays. You can put little popsicle sticks in there or do whatever you want. But what a great treat. When you feel like you're missing out, see, the mindset is this. You have to identify what it is that you're feeling that continually triggers you to self-sabotage. You have to keep asking yourself that question. Is it because I'm feeling left out? Is it because I feel like people are judging me? Is it because I feel like, well, the old me has no self-control and no discipline, and so therefore, why should I think that I've changed? Is it because I feel like I deserve the treat? I deserve whatever it is. Identify it. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of identifying and then saying, you know what? I just identified that and I'm not going to have any shame over it. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a wasted emotion. And I'm just going to go, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I have something on hand for me then. I have done this for years now, like 7 or 8 years, where I'll go to a wedding and they're serving all sorts of amazing stuff, but I already know what's at home waiting for me because I made it, right? I made sure that was in my fridge. Now, sometimes it could be as simple as, okay, no judging. If you are a judging person, you have to get off right now. You got it. No judging. But one of the things that I love to do, Ruth, what triggers me? What can I figure out? Identify. I love this. Yes. Go. Great info, Phils. What did you say? What did I miss? See? Oh, just great info. Phyllis from Arkansas. I'm so glad, Phyllis, this is helping you. I am so, so glad. Okay, so this is what I do, and I do this with my grandsons, okay? So if you go to the grocery store and you buy forget the Cool Whip, walk past the freezer section. Walk past the freezer section. Go to the whipping cream in a can section. Now, this isn't perfect ingredients, but this is not that horrible, okay? Buy the Ready Whip, and it says keto. It's purple. It's keto. I'm trying to think of what it's sweetened with. I can't remember right now. But anyway, so again, it's not perfect. So don't come at me and be like, well, I'm not perfectly clean. I'm aware. I know. But it is a better option when you are wanting something. Like if that is something that you would love, like that's just something that excites me. It's maybe not excites everybody. You have to find what excites you. Okay. But what I'm saying is, what if I know I can come home and take my raspberries and squirt a little bit of whipped cream and eat raspberries and whipped cream? Let's say that's what. Maybe I can take my grass-fed whey protein powder with my frozen berries and my unsweetened almond milk, whip that up, make that nice and thick like ice cream, and put a little bit of whipping cream on top. Maybe my little grandsons come over and they're like, no, and they want a treat, and we have fun with it. We squirt it into their mouth and whatever. I understand this isn't a perfect universe, right? That's not like the best ever. But I'm just saying, like, allow yourself to identify and then have fun and enjoy your food. Okay. Like, you're making one step at a time. You don't have to jump off the deep end and make everything perfect overnight. If you require that of yourself, you might self-sabotage a lot. Maybe you won't. You might be one of the few people that can really just, you make a decision and that is it. And there are people out there like that. They are just really, really determined, and they have that, whatever that is, that fortitude that they can do that. And that's fantastic. But no matter where you are on your scale, stop shaming yourself about it. Just identify and move on. Okay, ketchup on everything. So 1 tablespoon of ketchup has 4 grams of sugar. That's a lot, you guys. Ketchup is like a really high sugar product, and you probably don't even know it. So look for the no sugar add version. Heinz has one. Heinz, okay? Or make your own with tomato paste and spices. Now, the 9th one is corn on the cob. Now, number 1, no corn. I'm like, corn on the cob? We're not eating corn. We're insulin resistant. I thought, no, I got to bring that up. No corn, people. Corn is not keto. It's a grain. You can't be eating corn. Corn makes syrup. Syrup is sugar. Corn syrup is bad. Corn fattens up cows. Like, corn is not healthy. Corn is not a vegetable. Corn is a grain. Corn is a starch. Corn is sugar. I mean, that's all I need to say, right? But that is, it's like, instead, if you are a vegetable person and you really want to have all those vegetables, bring your own, like, keto broccoli salad. Bring your own something. And trust me, I get it. Like, when the corn is knee high by the 4th of July in Minnesota, that's what we always say, knee high by the 4th of July, and sweet corn and a fresh product, a fresh food, because we're in winter 99% of our life. I'm kidding, but it feels that way. To get fresh corn is a big deal. But I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be very sugar spiking. So you might there might be a corn roast that you're going to, or something like that. Then you just have to be a little bit differently prepared for yourself, right? This is where you keep, you can go to Costco and get those bags of chomps, those beef sticks, and you can have, like string cheese, or you can have nuts on you, or whatever it is that you need to have on you, so that you can just be a little bit better prepared, is all I'm saying. Now, in Minnesota, we're really entering berry season right now. Organic berry season, like, bring it on. And then my daughter's raspberries will start growing, and then you can freeze them. All of that is amazingness. And the last one, trail mix and snack bars. Okay, so this is where I talk about, so Sonia. Okay, so before I get to number 10, I'm going to address her. How do I keep my sugar level stable? Okay, so Sonia, No, Sanjay. I'm a vegetarian, no eggs and no meat in my meals, type 2 diabetic for the last 5 years. Okay, who can tell me why she's diabetic? Yep. Who can tell me why? It's really challenging. I feel like about at least once a week, somebody asks me that exact same question. It's a really, really good question. And I'm the number one thing I do is I defer to Maria Emmerich, because Maria Emmerich, I've got even all her cookbooks behind me. I really do appreciate her ingredient trade outs and the science that she's done. Okay. So in talking about that, even she has said, I thought about writing a vegetarian, she's a keto educator, and she's all about turning back around to type 2 diabetes. That's where I've been very inspired by her to do the exact same thing. She said it was so hard. It's just so hard. It's just so hard because vegetarians are getting all of their protein from grains and legumes. And I teach no grain, no legume, no sugar, because you have to turn back around what you've done. You have to stop spiking your sugars, to stop calling on insulin, to bring the sugar to the cell where the door is closed. Therefore, your inflammation is going up, 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 up. Your sugars are going up, 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 up. And your cell's like, no, go away. My door is closed. Change the lock. Have a nice day. Now your belly's growing. You can't keep your blood sugar under control because your body can't produce enough insulin to figure it out, right? Like over time, your body can't handle it. And not doing eggs, it makes it even harder, right? So I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know the answer. I honestly don't. Let me think about this. So obviously that's no eggs. Does that mean you don't do any dairy at all? No dairy at all? This is challenging for people, right? So because where do you get your full comprehensive proteins without spiking your sugar? I got up this morning, I had 2 eggs. I had a chicken patty that had really good ingredients from Costco. And then I had a yogurt, and I had 46 grams of protein, and my blood sugar will do this. I will be stable. I'll be steady Eddie, and I will be full and satiated for hours. And that's how that works. I'm 60. My dad died at 63 of type 2 diabetes. I was raised in a type 2 diabetic home. I knew where the hypodermic needles were. I knew to stay away from the insulin vials. My Italian family is riddled with obesity and type 2 diabetes because mangia, you have to eat, right? So I don't know how to completely stable blood sugars if you are eating grain and legumes all day, every day for your protein. I don't. Now, the only thing that I've seen that has helped somewhat, and I'll just share this one, milk and cheese. Okay, well, that's a good start. If you'll do milk and cheese, you could actually probably make a little bit of headway with that. Butter, yes. Okay, so with the milk, cheese has really good protein in it. You could do cheese, but of course, then that can get a little constipating. But I will tell you, so for instance, I have a grass-fed whey protein powder. I was just talking about it. I don't know when you jumped on. And I have a chocolate, a vanilla, and a strawberry. And anybody can reach out and ask me about that. I'll send you a direct link to the flavor of your choice. 30 grams of protein in one scoop. That's really good. That's really good. That helps to offset. You can get Oikos yogurt that has 15 grams of protein in one little cup. That helps for sure. Those types of proteins, like my grass-fed whey, it's sweetened with stevia, so it's not going to spike sugar. And that's the key. You have to find all of the protein sources that don't spike your sugar. That to me is the view that you're looking for. You're looking for high protein. So the question is always, how do I get really high protein with less sugar spike? Okay, how can I do that? How can I get the most protein bang for my buck without spiking my sugars? And so you do have to then lean in towards those foods that can help you do that. So, okay, number 10, the last one, and then I will wrap up with this one. So trail mixes and snack bars. Oftentimes you're looking at dried fruit, candy coated nuts, granola style bars disguised as healthy energy, which they're just candy bars, right? But they are really insulin, sugar spiking like treats. I do know that last June in the group, I did like a keto granola for traveling. You can find a good keto granola and it'll knock your socks right off. And it would be filled with like, there's no grain in there, obviously, there's no oatmeal. But it's like, I'm trying to think, unsweetened shredded coconut, almond slices. What else did they have in there? They were using, I think, a brown sugar swerve and butter. Did they do pumpkin seeds or I think so, pumpkin seeds or whatever, pepitas, because that's the inside, right? I can't remember all of the ingredients, but you can make yourself your own granola that you're mixing up. You know, you're pouring the yumminess over it, and then you're laying it out on parchment paper and throwing it in the oven. Phenomenal. You could use baked believe chocolate chips, etc. Really, really good. And that's a great way for you to have a snack on hand for yourself instead of eating, because trust me, like trail mix when you're on the road, you guys, and when you're in a business meeting, I mean, easy. When you're on an airplane, simple, right? I always make sure, and I'll wrap up with this really, because this is where I have to think a little harder is when I'm going to get on an airplane. 99.99999% of the time, they will serve absolutely nothing for me, which is totally fine. That's not their job. But I have to be proactive then. I have to have some nuts in my bag, or I have to have something, because if I'm going to get on a 4-hour flight and everybody else is eating or whatever, or I'm getting, peckish, I'm going to want something to be available for me. So having a homemade granola or whatever. And I don't always like to pull out beef sticks because they can be smelly. So, I'm just saying they can be a little smelly. Soy milk. I don't do soy milk. I don't do soy milk at all. I don't do any soy like that. Once in a blue moon, I'll do some, and I do mean a blue moon, like maybe once a year. Like if we go out to a restaurant, having some edamame at the front end is kind of fun because it's all salty and I know it's not either, probably using seed oils and whatever. Sometimes that's fun, but I don't do soy. It's very estrogenic. And so, yeah, that's not a thing for me. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Where are you from? I'd love to know. So I'm in Minnesota. You're either on the East Coast or you are in a different country because you said good afternoon. So I love that very, very much. Anyway, so you know what? Just being mindful, and it's not that bad, you guys. It's just not that hard. I can't even tell you how I live in this place of deep gratitude all the time for the fact that I wake up and I don't ache, or the fact that I can actually go for a walk when somebody else can't, or the fact that I'm the only one in my family that avoided type 2 diabetes when I should have been the one for sure that had it, because I was gestational diabetic at a very young age. I was like 22 years old. I should have been type 2. My dad died when I was 30. I should have paid attention and I didn't. I didn't pay attention until I was almost 50 years old. I didn't trade out my foods until I was 50. I started supplementation just shortly before that. I wasn't a poster child of responsibility or discipline at all. I was the opposite, and I should have been the one. I should have been. So I have a lot of gratitude for that reality. And so when I walk through this every single day with you guys, or behind the scenes, or I get to walk journey with you and talk to you about supplementation, et cetera, like I'm so grateful. So again, I'm going to go back to the group is called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, because we're going to start our 5-day challenge today at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll go through some insulin resistance information in my background for you so that you can get a little better grip. Okay. At the same time, every day today we did day 2 of the 90 days of fire. What does that mean? That means that you can choose that the summer can be a different season for you. You can choose this. I had somebody last summer, they ended up with not diabetic written in their chart. I have people who have dropped so many pounds, and Terry could tuck in her shirt and she lost over 40 pounds. And somebody else was like, in 3 months, they lost 20 pounds, 16 pounds, like whatever somebody else can do in 90 days. Like if you need to know about the total body reset, look at my Instagram page at the top of my Instagram profile, and you will see the highlight bubble that says total body reset. And I'm just going to share with you what that is. You can break it up. You don't have to do that. If you don't want to do everything, not everybody needs or wants the same level of acceleration as everybody else. And so there's nothing, hold on. And so you don't have to have your life look like everybody else's life, I guess is what I'm saying. You can have your life look the way you want it to. I thought I was going to be able to pull up my Instagram, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So on the top of my Instagram page, there are these little highlight bubbles, and one says the total body reset. 3 different pillars, and they are put into one idea. I sourced these different pieces as I went. I started a little over 10 years ago, you guys, with the Trio, which are the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started a little over 10 years ago. That's when I was a 2X right there on TikTok. I was a 2X, and this is where I started because I had to get my insulin down. Remember, insulin down, liver function up. Insulin down, liver function up. That's what I had to do for me. So that's where I started, and that's what I talk about with you guys all the time. Get your insulin down, get your liver function up. That's the Trio. That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is choosing to do a gut reset. It looks like a greens product, but it's not. I'm talking about anybody who you've lost your gallbladder, you have constipation, you have indigestion. I have somebody who has short gut syndrome and had diarrhea all the time. Fix that. This is 6 blends in 1. It tastes kind of like tea with a little bit of a gingery, fresh aftertaste. I put it in cold water and I drink it like a wellness shot every morning. That's what I do. I actually add it with my collagen packet, peptides, really good collagen. And I do that and I down that every morning. Okay. And I take it with a probiotic. So this is the gut reset protocol because you have got to get the impacted waste moving through your body. And if you want help with your liver, if you need to heal and seal your gut so you can actually absorb your nutrients, I'm just saying, like nutritional deficiencies is why we're in the pickle we're in so much of the time. Pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is the orange pixie stick, which is the fat burner. This is literally tastes like candy. It was developed for sports nutrition. So if you're somebody who does exercise, it was developed for you to take before you exercise. That's generally not my clientele. I mean, we walk and we do stuff, but it's not like we're gym rats. But you don't have to be because it's a clinical dose of an extract that's targeting visceral fat. Do you have visceral fat? You probably do. I'll just spoiler alert. When you're insulin resistant, what's happening is when your insulin cannot get the glucose into your cell, it is a fat storing hormone. And so it's going to store all that extra glucose as fat in your liver, around your organs. It's why your belly gets bigger. This is what's happening. So helping with your visceral fat, this is where everybody's losing the inches. You can pick 1, 2, 3. You can pick any combination thereof, or you can do all 3 of them. If you do all 3 pillars, this is where the results get very exciting. I had somebody who was 74. Hello, you know who you are. Lost 45 pounds in 5 months from August to January by doing this. So many total body reset stories. I need to get off today and make sure that I get my apps on here because on my Android, I thought I had my Instagram app. I could have showed you the testimonies on there. So anyway, I wasn't prepared. I'll be more prepared. But that's the total body reset if you want to do everything. And you don't have to. You don't have to do all of it. Everybody wants different levels of acceleration in their body and what they're doing, okay? But you can pause and you can ask me. That's what you can do for yourself today. You can actually get into my inbox or get into my messenger or text me and say, I was on your live and I just kind of want to know where I should start. And we can work around your budget. We can work around your goals. We can work around things like that so that you actually have somebody to partner with to bring down your insulin, bring up your liver function so that you can finally lose a freaking pound. And maybe for you, it's getting off of meds or getting rid of the calendar that is filled with doctor's appointments, or having all of the side effects of being so dang tired all the time that you get on a road trip and you can't even enjoy. And you know what, the first thing that came to my head, this is so sad because I'm in Minnesota. We've driven across South Dakota forever, like for years, to go to the Black Hills, and we're going to do it again this year. I was going to say, you can't even, this was a joke, can't even enjoy the Corn Palace in South Dakota. That might be one you want to sleep through. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there might be things that you're like, I can't believe we drove all that way. And then I was too tired to enjoy it. I was too exhausted to make a memory. And all I did was I ate Sour Patch Kids and, ate peanut M&Ms the whole time because I just felt so out of control. And I felt like I didn't have any direction, any North Star to actually help me journey. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can take the next 90 days and completely change your life. Terry said it. Terry said, this is life-changing. Yeah, it is. Her life is completely shifted. So I'm excited for anybody who happens to, like, you stumble upon my content and we start to journey together. This gets really good, really fast. I'm just telling you. So good morning, Sharon, my Canadian friend. Good to see you. And if you're in the United States, be happy or be grateful because not everything is launched in Canada yet. So my Canadian friends don't always get that. You can relate. Yep. I'm telling you, I've done this for so long, you guys. I haven't forgotten what it feels like. I still battle my own mental stuff. Don't we all? It's very ingrained in us. So I get it. But I just want you to have hope. Okay? You might not nail Christmas this year with perfection. Spoiler alert, you probably won't. It's not like you do the vault and you nail the landing like a gymnast. But over the next 2, 3, 4 Christmases, you can get a little better and a little better and a little better and pretty soon you're like, dang, it doesn't stress me out anymore to enter a holiday season. Like, has anybody ever even told you that can happen for you? Where you can enter a holiday season and not literally just flush everything down the toilet? Well, here we go again. I don't have any discipline. Never seen a Christmas I didn't like. I mean, do you know what I mean? If nobody's ever told you that, let me be the first person to tell you, you can stair step your way. You won't even know what happened to you 5 years from now. You'll be like, how did this happen? Right? Because I'm not in this just for you today in 2025. I'm here for the person of you, the version of you that's 5 years from now, where you look back and you go, dang, I am proud of myself. I stepped and I stepped and I stepped and I stepped and look at what I did. And it all started that one summer in 2025 where I actually decided I am going to give myself permission to invest in myself and figure it out. And don't forget that as you're doing this, especially for those of you that choose the total body reset, when you purchase 150, 150, 150, 3 months in a row, on that third month, you get $75 off. Nobody else is going to pay you to get healthy. So I'm excited for today. I'll see you guys in the group at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. 25th challenge. It's going to be good, you guys. And don't hesitate to reach out. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Have such an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow.